Unfortunately, in the United States, not everybody loves Israel, not everybody likes Israel.
Would Israeli spies feel a strong need to hack into the Trump administration? Israelis here privately suggest that while inside information is always valuable, the president is quite transparent. To find out what he's thinking, they just ask. And just moments ago, President Trump was asked about this story in Politico, and he said, "Anything is possible, but I don't think the Israelis are spying on us. I really would find that hard to believe." I can tell you that over the years, it's been fairly easy to find FBI and other counterintelligence officials here who do think that Israel is spying on the U.S. And in the world of espionage, with all the lies and secrets, we can't really say for sure. Tal and Eric?
Yeah, Dan, you actually wrote a book called Spies Against Armageddon, Inside Israel's Secret Wars, about how Israel's intelligence agencies and spies never rest to protect the Jewish state. So that in mind, is the Politico report really that hard to believe?
Well, it is hard to believe that Israel would risk spying on the Trump White House. After all, the Trump White House has been so friendly toward Israel, so how much is there to gain versus how much is there to lose? Every intelligence agency always weighs that. The fact they made a promise 30-some-odd years ago never to spy in the U.S., that might be a little squishy or flexible, but no, you don't spy on the Trump White House and risk angering your best friend. Tal and Eric?
Dan, you also mentioned Jonathan Pollard, and recently in Israel, since the country is heading to elections next week, there has been some talk that maybe before elections, President Trump will, give a certain gesture to Prime Minister Netanyahu to boost his campaign and maybe ease the restrictions on Pollard and allow him to go back to Israel. But is there any word there in Washington if this is even being considered?
As you know, Tal, that would be welcomed by many Israelis who consider Pollard a hero. Sure, an American who betrayed his trust working for U.S. Navy intelligence, but a Jewish man who wanted to help Israel. So that would go over well with the Israeli public, but not with U.S. intelligence agencies who always have warned successive U.S. presidents, don't go easy on this guy because there could be other people who would betray their trust. So I don't know if President Trump would do it, but you could think that this Politico article in which somebody told Politico that Israel is still spying on the U.S. and specifically on the White House, that could be aimed by the sources. I'm not blaming Politico here. That could be aimed at the sources, say, in the FBI, as trying to dissuade President Trump from ever going soft on Jonathan Pollard. Eric and Tal?
Perhaps somebody did have an axe to grind as well. Dan Raviv, thank you, Dan. Meanwhile, U.S. officials trying to ease Israeli concerns about the U.S.